What's up, guys? Another day, another chance, another way, another dance. Today I'll be discussing to you all about everything that needs to happen. Regards like chapter 15 and what chapter 15 actually goes over. Is doing things differently with Switch. It actually goes over like Switch cases. So yeah, I'll be talking about that. So let's get it and let's go. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's do this. Okay. Come on now. So this is our code, and then switch statements are like highways with many different exits. The switch statement chooses among multiple cases by evaluating an expression. These values are like the exits. Each of these values in the switch statement is called a case. In this chapter, we'll use a switch statement to write a calendar program that gives suggestions for things to do based on which day of the week it is. Writing a switch. The switch statement starts with the switch keyword, followed by an expression, parentheses, and then a series of different options called cases. So as you can see, I think I'll comment this. I will comment this out. So let's go to, because we're doing switch cases, let's go to like switch. Let's do it like switch. Switch.js. The syntax for the switch statement looks like this: switch expression, case value 1, statements to execute, then you got break, case value 2, statements to execute, then you got break, case default, statements to execute, then you got break. You can have as many cases inside a switch statement as you'd like. The switch statement will try to match expression to each case until it finds one that matches. Then returns statements within that case until it gets to the break statement, which causes it to exit switch statement, which case might end with a break statement or semicolon. So as you can see here, each case is, so you got a switch case and then you got parentheses. So you got your switch, right? That's starting like your switch case, and then you got your parentheses called my number. So that's the parentheses that you're doing. Then you got your case. Your case is Monday. So that's your case. Your case is string Monday. And then the response is then break. So then this is pretty much like an exit, for your next case. Right? Same thing there, case. So this ends in parentheses, as you can see here. This tells the program to do everything inside the case up until the break statement and then stop. So that's what happens. The default case will run if no case matches the result of the expression. So let's take a look. Example. So we call listing 15.1 asks the user into his favorite day of the week. The program then uses a switch statement to produce a different output based on possible values that the user might enter. If the user enters anything other than a day of the week, default switch statement will run. You've got your variables. So not to confuse anybody, but I'm going to show you my code. My code is the same code that you got here, so let me just show you that instead. So I got variable my number, which is equal prompt. Please can you name the very favorite day of the week to uppercase. So this is your prompt. What a prompt function does, it produces like a a placeholder where you'll be able to like enter. It produces not only this string on your web page, which is please can you enter the favorite day of the week, but it also produces like a placeholder for you to enter, where you'll be able to enter your like favorite day of the week. So to uppercase, the reason why I'm doing this because I want that to uppercase, camel case. Don't forget when you're dealing with .js, when you're pretty much dealing with specifications for prompt or specifications for function, instead of the function, the presumed function name, you need camel case. So that to camel case, because it's an instruction to the computer that everything that a person inserts in the prompt section has to be like uppercase. Then variable the response. So that's your response. So the variable the response, right? So this actually kind of lead us, to pretty much a response every time you answer the prompt with different days of the week. So you got your switch, right? So what the switch statement try to do is match this expression to each case until it finds that one that matches. So what the switch does is it tries to everything that you put in the prompt. What the switch does is it will try to go through all the cases until one sticks and matches. It's like, in the courtroom, and you got like different, like, you got different clues that you want to point to, you try to sift through the clues until you find one that actually matches the evidence, fingerprints and stuff that you have in a crime scene, man. Sorry for being morbid, but it's an example, man. So switch, parentheses, my number, but that's what you're dealing with. So my number, has to be linked up, has to be equal to our prompt. So we're pretty much taking our number and we're linking it up to our prompt. So be able to insert both response, break case Tuesday, the response taco day, break. So pretty much see this is like an exit to a highway, like different exits. All these cases like different exits to the entry that you've got in the case of the switch. So the switch, the entry, and the cases are the exits. You got Monday, the response, The reason why it says because the start of the week, the start of the week, I don't know who likes it, then you got break. So this semicolon pretty much make sure that, what semicolon does is make sure that the computer pretty much reads the response, the one case up to the word break, then stops, then goes over to the next one. Instead of counting all these cases as one value, you just stop, then go to the next case like it's a different value altogether. So yeah. Break Tuesday, the response taco day break. So it's pretty much like a repetition of all of those. So yeah, that's what we've got. And also what I've added here is, variable. I've also added an if else statement. The if else statement has the same purpose and the same functions as the switch case that we've got here. Set use if else. So it's gonna take the parameter and make sure that's equal to the strict equal operator, which is like the case. It takes the parameter and make sure that it's strictly the strict equal operator equated to the different cases that we've got, and the response would be the same as it was before, except we don't add break, because an if else statement, as soon as you add the semicolon, you give the computer the knowledge, or pretty much the heads up that we can stop there for that if statement. Else if, same thing there. So these are the options. So if else statement, if you don't write Monday, if the computer doesn't pick up Monday in regards to like what you insert in the prompt section on the front end, then it'll go to your, it's else ifs, which is my number, else if, and then if it doesn't get anything, which I don't know why, in regards to like your days of the weekend, then, it's gonna return like an else statement, which is the response. I haven't heard of that one, but that's not the day of the week. Yeah, man, I thought you guys were in school, man. I mean, why would you add anything else than days of the weekend? Then you got to go to your calendar, and then, yeah, your calendar, you got listing 1503, available date, today, date, equals document, get env ID, then what's today's date, to do button, document. So these are pretty much variables for like your, like today's date, then today, a document, and then add a listener to the what to do button, add event listener, click display activity variable D, new date, display date, function display date, today date, HTML date string, function display activity, day of the week, and then you got your switch case. For case 0, you should take it easy, you've earned it. Case 1, you should gotta do what you gotta do, man. Take time to smell the rules. Don't forget to eat breakfast. Learn something new today. Make a list of things you'd like to do. Do one thing from a list of things you like to do, and then something has gone wrong. So document get invited things to do, and then yeah. So this is pretty much like, so yeah, man. Yeah. What should I do today? Then yeah. Then your calendar.css is for a calendar. So body, font, family, comic, sans, ms, button box, margin top 30px, margin top 20px, background color aqua. So this is pretty much like, so as I said before, I know it's getting repetitive, but I have to remind you again, what this does. So what CSS does, it takes the front end, which is like HTML, and increase the quality of the aesthetics of it and makes it look better. So it takes the HTML, makes it look better than the JavaScript, man. What it does is it takes like, on the back end, it's gonna like add functionality, to the stuff that you've got on your front end, which is the HTML, add functionality to that, and then yeah, pretty much have a full stack relationship where the back end, which is the JavaScript, adds functionality, and the front end, which is the HTML, adds like, pretty much creates the framework, the web page, aesthetics, what you see on your web page, and then CSS takes the front end or HTML and it makes it look better than it already does, because it's ugly, so you need some makeup via the CSS to make it look better. Yeah, so you got a full stack relationship. A full stack relationship is when you got front end and a back end relationship working hand in hand with one another to make sure that, we get the results that we want on our web page. So, so let's see now. Let's actually start off with our switch case. So we got two script source documents, right? So href type text, that's text.css style sheet. So the style sheet is pretty much sheet that we've got on our web page. Type text, that's /css media screen. Href calendar.css. So that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. That's what you're working with. So switch, and then yeah. So we start off the switch statement. Please can you name the favorite day of the week? So let's do uppercase, right? Monday. I'm sorry. I didn't save, what I was working on. Sorry. Monday, as you can see, so you got a prompt there. Tuesday, taco day. As you can see, Wednesday, halfway there, Thursday, it's the new Friday, day. So yeah, that was a switch case. That was a switch case, right? As you can see here, we're making use of like an if-else statement. And you might realize that whether you use the switch case or the if-else statement, it's gonna give you the same, like the same response, man. So oh damn, no. As a reminder, not to like response. Same thing, man. Switch case, same thing, man. We're seeing ways to work for the if-else statement that we had here, man. Yeah. Let's go. Let's move over to the calendar. counter. All that coding, image sense instructions that now constantly logging out JavaScript. You'll be able to create new things. That's pretty much what you do, man. Thank you. Till next time. True.